I led the team that planted Grace City Church in Waterloo in 2015. So Waterloo is just 5 kilometres south of the CBD in Sydney. On Sunday, we just finished an 8-week series in the book of Job. We call it Grown-Up Faith because the book of Job is all about this character Job and watching God take him through a journey of incredible suffering, and yet at the start and at the end, he continues to trust that God is good, even though he doesn't understand what's going on. And so I think for me, life is filled with lots of ups and downs, and so I've been encouraged to want to be a man like Job, that even in the ups and the downs, I continue to believe that God is good, that he's looking after me, that even if sometimes it feels like there's a vicious monster attacking me, that monster is on God's leash, and that he's not going to go 1 millimetre beyond what God allows. And that even God is powerful to use evil to bring about his good purposes. And I'm just reminded of that at the cross. Yes and no. We're not a special breed, but the nature of church planting has some ups and downs, particularly in the early years. We're 3 years in now, so it's slightly more, I'm not turning up every week wondering whether this thing is going to fold tomorrow. There's enough people around and we've got some momentum, which is encouraging. But particularly in the early years, I think there was all sorts of stresses, questioning my own identity and all that sort of stuff. And so just continuing to trust that God is good, that he's got me, that the vicious monster might not be my own health or loss of a family member, but there's all sorts of challenges and hard times that you go through in church planting. So I think they're relevant. Yeah, absolutely. The benefits of Geneva Push are massive. I think the most influential for me has been the coaching, so an opportunity to sit with someone who's been there before, who's done it, and I can ask them my questions. Hey, what would you do in this situation? And they can ask me all the pointed questions as well. That's been really helpful. And I think the second one would just be having a cohort of people, not just the older grey hairs or the lack of hairs, but those who are maybe a few years ahead of me, that I can say, hey, I'm about to do this. What did you do when you did this a year or two ago? So just that cohort of people has been really helpful.